My dad committed suicide 5 years ago. I was struggling with depression and had no motivation when I first came to Children First.
The clients that are brave enough to come forward and seek help.
My foster mommy brought me to Children First because I was about to get kicked out of preschool again.
They become survivors.
My counselor worked with me on processing the grief I was struggling with as well as my own depression.
My counselor taught me to not hurt other people when I get angry.
Not just merely victims.
I came to Children First at 30 years old because I had an extensive background of child abuse.
They become success stories.
I'm grateful to Children First for being there for me when I needed them.
Children First has helped me turn my life around.
That's really the driving force behind what keeps us all going here.
At Grand Prairie's Children First Counseling Center, the success stories number well into the thousands. That's because it's been a pathway of hope to health and healing in our community for 40 years. The facts are that last year alone, the dedicated counselors, staff members, and volunteers at Children First took care of 780 different client cases. 70% of those involved someone 17 years old or younger. Today, we introduce you to one of those. Her name is Lilly Duenas, who at 15 became another victim when her family opened up their home to a troubled 18-year-old that Lilly, her older brother, and the family all knew.
He was in and out of his grandmother's home, in and out of his mother's home, in and out of friends' home. So he didn't really have like a place to go home to. It was just either he was on the streets or he was bouncing from home to home.
I allowed him to come into our home, treated him like my own son because we bought him clothing, we bought him a cell phone, I encouraged him to get back to school, get a job. I would drive him everywhere. Everything that I did for my own children, I did for him.
But what began as an extreme act of kindness would eventually result in a family crisis. Because even though Lilly made it clear that the feelings she might have once had for him as a boyfriend no longer existed, he continued to take advantage of her.
Like, he just didn't like to sleep. And so he would wait till I was asleep or wait till the house was just quiet and come bother me. But he made it really innocent where it wasn't, he was gonna do something, he'd be like, hey, let's go play video games, hey, like, let's watch a movie, let's watch TV. And then he would advance, and I would basically think to myself, like, I just want this to be over, I want this to be done.
It was not until the young man moved out that Lilly finally got up the courage to reveal what had been happening to her while the rest of her family was asleep.
I felt like a fool. How could I have let somebody like that and just fool me? And me not know what was going on in the middle of the night in my own house.
They went and found him on the streets and they interviewed him, and even though he admitted what he did, they still said there was no physical evidence of what he did. So he still roams these streets with no charges pressed on him, nothing, not even a record on him for that.
Anger, rage, and then I had to calm my husband down because he's a Marine. He was in Special Forces, and I told him, we can't touch him.
It's easy for people to turn a blind eye or a deaf ear when a victim has known their perpetrator. And so this is a perfect example of that and how much she needed to be heard.
We originally went to Children's Hospital, and they have a division to assist families with sexually assaulted children. And so they told me she's gonna need counseling.
Children First Counseling Center, how may I help you?
Fortunately for Lilly, Elizabeth had heard about Children First and immediately made the call to ask for help.
To be honest, I thought financially this is gonna break us. There is no way that we'll be able to afford all of these sessions. But when I was told that they have donors who help, that was a huge lift off of my chest. The biggest thing for me was I needed her to heal, because all of the anger, all of the hate, all of the broken feelings were being lashed at us at home.
I didn't think there was a solution to what happened. I thought, like, this is gonna happen again. I never thought I would come out of my shell. But being here has helped me like get better and know like there's a bunch of people here to support me and here to talk to me and know that I'm not alone.
Since coming to Children First 2.5 years ago, Lilly has learned to enjoy life at home again, which lately has meant planning for her 19th birthday celebration dinner.
Chicken or shrimp?
Chicken or shrimp Alfredo?
Yeah.
And after graduating last spring from South Grand Prairie High, she enrolled at Tarrant County College and has her sights set on nursing school.
It's never too late to get help. It's never too late to help yourself and speak up.
I've seen a change in her. She's not as angry anymore. Thank God that Children First was here to help. I am very grateful that they were.